everyone, and welcome back to Cammy's Cuticles. Today I'm going to be bringing you a simple nail tutorial. It's going to be a super simple, one of my shortest videos so far on this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you're notified whenever I put up a video. So today we're going to do a tutorial on the Kiara Sky jelly tips. The jelly tips I'm going to use today are going to be in the short coffin. So I'm going to open up the package, and inside you're going to see all of the tips. They are already divided by size and numbered. And as you can see on the lid, you can actually see the numbers already on the lid right there posted for you. So I'm just going to bring out one of the tips. These are what the tips look like. Once again, these are the short coffin tips, so they're on the shorter side. I think this one is a size 5, as you can see kind of on the tip there. Alright, so for this tutorial, of course, I'm going to start off with my natural nails. They're a little shiny, but that's because I use a protective hardener coat. I've been using this for a while, and it actually does not have any lifting with it. So in the kit you get the prep, which is step 1. And then you have the primer, which is step 2. And then you have the builder gel, which is step 3. So I'm going to go ahead and just open up all of the bottles I need, which makes it easy. So what I love about this kit, or at least this system, is that it's very easy to do nails on yourself. So it's easier than doing acrylic or polygel. You just put the tip on, dry it or cure it, and then you're good to go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and size the nail. So we have to find the tip that is the correct size for our nail. So of course we're starting off with the thumb. The bigger sizes are of course going to be 0, 1, 2, and 3. So this is a 0 size, and as you can see, it's too big. I could file it down if I wanted to, but the 1 size is the best size for my thumb. It's practically perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to take my MelodySusie portable nail drill and one of my small drill bits, and I'm going to go ahead and file the inside of the nail where my natural nail is going to touch the tip. So you want to make sure that you get every part of the nail covered. So I went ahead and drilled a line, but of course it was a little bit too short. So I had to go back over the top just a little bit so that it still covered my whole entire nail. And then I tested it again and it's good to go. So I can go ahead and drill the rest of the tip, making sure that I get every single part of that tip drilled down just a little bit so that the products, specifically the builder gel, have something to grip to. Alright, so now my tip is pretty much ready and prepped to go. So now it's time to actually prep my actual nail. I'll be using the prep and then the primer, and then after you do the prep and the primer, you let it dry. So my natural nails are actually already prepped and ready to go. I already did all of my cuticle work and then applied the hardener. However, I still like to go through all of the steps just so, I don't miss anything. And like I was saying earlier, the hardener that I put on my nails, I don't have any issues with lifting of my nails, even if it's polygel or acrylic. So I continue to use it so that it's a nice extra barrier between my nail and the product. So I'm just going to let this dry. And then we're going to take the builder gel, and we're going to take that gel and we're going to apply it directly to our nail. You don't want to do a thick layer, you just want to get the nail coated. And as you can see, it's a nice thin layer, it's not too thick. And I'm going to take the Kiara Sky flash cure lamp, and I'm just going to cure that for 45 seconds. For one click you get 60 seconds, and for the 2 clicks you get 45 seconds. So now that we have the natural nail ready to go, we're going to take our tip and we're going to apply the builder gel into the filed parts of that tip. And it's once again going to be a pretty thin layer, but not too thin and not too thick. You just want to make sure that the tip is nice and coated so that there's enough product in the tip so that I can stick to the nail. And then I dropped it. I was trying so hard not to touch the gel on the inside because the gel is really, really sticky. So I was like, can't touch it. And then I got nervous and I dropped it. So, you know, whatever. But it's still intact. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the lamp and we're going to apply the tip from the bottom and then slowly press it to the free edge. And then we're going to hold that in the lamp for 10 seconds. So once the 10 seconds is over, we can go ahead and just let it cure a little bit longer. And then we flip to make sure that the gel underneath is also getting cured as well. You don't want to have any of the builder gel underneath be loose and runny. So you just want to make sure that you flip and go back to normal so that everything gets cured nice and good. So now the 60 seconds is over, and that is the nail. I think it looks pretty good. Not too crooked, and as you can see, it won't move. So this system is really good for having nails and being able to do them on yourself or on somebody else. And it's just really easy to do. The nails should last for about 2 weeks or more if the application is done correctly and you follow all of the proper steps. But of course, with any type of extension or even a polish, you always want to make sure that your natural nail is prepped very well, as in getting rid of the cuticles and filing down everything and just making sure everything is clean and wiped off. Because if you don't have a good base to start with, your nails won't last. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply the rest of the jelly tips. So just sit back and watch this. So I have finished doing all of the nails and they don't look too bad. However, I did notice that on my ring finger and my pinky finger were a bit wonky. The ring finger was a little bit slanted over to the side and the sizing wasn't good, and my pinky finger was just crooked. So I'm actually going to take those off camera and redo them all off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I fixed my nails and they look so much better. Of course, there's still things that we need to do even after we apply. We are not done. As you can see, there's actually some gel that spilled out on the sides where I pressed underneath the tip, which is fine. That can be fixed. So I'm going to take my handy dandy bounty paper towel and spray some alcohol on it, and I'm just going to wipe the surface of the jelly tips to get them ready for filing. And this is good just to make sure that everything is clean. Anything that is uncured as far as the builder gel can be easily wiped off with alcohol. You don't want that on there as it has a sticky texture. So I'm once again going to take my portable nail drill and I'm going to put in a 5-in-1 bit from Kiara Sky. This is going to be the fine 5-in-1 bit. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go around the cuticle area of my nail to make sure that it's nice and flush and that it looks natural. And then I'm also going to make sure that any of the builder gel that spilled out from underneath the tip gets filed down so that it doesn't show anymore. And it will leave behind a nice and flawless surface, and it will make my nails look natural. So we're all done with that filing part of it. So we're just gonna brush off just a little bit, and then we're going to switch over to the Mandrel bit with a fine sanding band. These are both from Makartt. I'm just going to turn that on and I'm going to quickly just go over the nails one more time just to get them nice and smooth. Even though they're already smooth, the jelly tips are already smooth, I like to make sure that it is prepped pretty much just like a natural nail, because I will be putting polish on top of these. So I want to get rid of that shine and make it more so of a natural nail prep, and prep for some color gel. So once again, cleaning off the surface. As you can see, now that I have filed everything, at least filing the surface, it has that kind of look, making them look like a natural nail, which I like. So now we're just going to take the Tammy Taylor's Peel and Stick file in the 100 grit. We're going to quickly go over the sides and the free edge of the nail. Like most fake nails or any nail tips, there's always going to be that little piece of, I don't know, I guess like a little piece of, I wouldn't say plastic because these are actually made out of gel, but just a little piece sticking out that you want to be flat, and then making sure you file the sides to make sure everything is nice and even, once again for any builder gel spillage. And now we're just going to go in with the buffing sponge and just quickly go over the nails one more time, and then of course clean them off. Once again, taking the paper towel and some alcohol and just wiping them down to get them nice and clean, because I just produced a lot of dust and I don't want any of that dust to get into my gel polish once I do that. And I'm just going to wipe off both hands. And here are the nails. They're looking pretty good still. Got off all of the extra material and they look natural. So now I'm just going to take the base coat from Modelones. So for jelly tips, you actually don't have to use a base coat because the jelly tips are made out of gel, which is why they're called jelly tips. And with these, actually, since they are made out of gel, they're easy to soak off with acetone as well. So the jelly tips are just an all-around practical thing for people to use so that you can do your nails at home and your nails will still look good. Okay, so now that the base coat is applied, we can go ahead and move on into putting on the colored gel. The gel I'm going to use from Beetles Nail Polish. This is in the color 952. It's a nice nudie brown. It's pretty good nude for me. Unfortunately, you can only get this color if you buy it in I believe it was a kit that I bought that had a whole bunch of like crystals and rhinestones in it. Unfortunately, Beetles does not sell this color separately. As you can see, it's such a nice, perfect nude. It's very pretty. So I'm going to apply 2 coats of this and catch you guys when I am done. So here are the nails after 2 coats, and everything is all nice and cured. They're nice and shiny. So now, of course, the last step I'm going to do is applying a gel top coat. So the gel top coat that I'm using is also from Kiara Sky, and this is actually the Jelly Tips top coat. So it comes in the kit that I got the Jelly Tips in. But it's still just a regular gel top coat, so it can be used on top of not only the jelly tips, but also any gel polish that you decide to apply, or anything that you want to top coat. This can be used for that. Everything came out so pretty and nice. Still a little bit dusty on the fingers, but that is okay. Alright, so here is the finished look. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.